Welcome to Dreamland Tales. Hello, little friends. I'm Blinky, a small and cheerful duckling with the softest feathers you can imagine. But can I tell you a secret? I didn't like taking baths. Can you believe that? Tonight, I'll tell you how something as simple as a bath changed my life forever. Have you ever felt the same way? If you're curious to hear my story, give this video a like and subscribe to Dreamland Tales so you don't miss a single bedtime adventure. First, close your eyes. Now, I want you to listen to my voice and imagine every little detail of this story in your mind. Picture the characters. Picture the forest. Imagine each moment like a movie in your head. And tomorrow, when you wake up, come back and watch this story again. And tell me, do the pictures in your imagination look like the ones in this tale? Ready? Let's go! This story begins in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once upon a time, in a peaceful little pond surrounded by flowers and butterflies, lived a duckling named Blinky. He was soft, yellow, and full of energy. Everyone loved how he waddled around with his shiny black eyes and his tiny orange beak. But Blinky had a funny little problem. He didn't like to take baths. Each morning, while all the other ducklings splashed and played in the water, Blinky would find a reason to stay dry. "Today I have to practice my wing stretches," he'd say, frapping them proudly. "And the grass smells extra nice today." But really, Blinky didn't like the cold water or the feeling of getting his feathers wet. He preferred rolling in the leaves, jumping in muddy puddles, or lying on his favorite rock, watching clouds float by. His best friend, a cheerful frog named Ribbit, always tried to convince him. "Blinky," said Ribbit, "taking a bath is like giving your body a big, happy hug. And today, there's a bubble race with the baby turtles." But Blinky just shook his head. "Thanks, Ribbit," he said, "but I like smelling like nature." Days went by, and Blinky started to feel a bit, itchy. At night, little bugs would bother him. He scratched his wings and rubbed against the trees so much that his feathers looked messy and dull. He didn't sparkle in the sunlight anymore. One day, while tiptoeing near the pond to take a quick sip without getting wet, Blinky saw his reflection in the water. "Oh no," he gasped. "Who's that scruffy little duck?" Just then, Grandma Turtle appeared, slowly walking by with her shell decorated with tiny, shiny stones. "Good morning, Blinky," she said. "Is everything okay? You look a bit different today." Blinky: "I can't sleep well. I feel itchy everywhere, and I don't feel cute anymore." Grandma Turtle smiled warmly. "When was the last time you took a bath, my dear?" Blinky looked down. I don't remember. Maybe 3 weeks ago? Well, she said, water doesn't just clean our feathers, it makes our hearts feel better too. Taking a bath shows your body that you care about it. Do you really think a bath could help? Asked Blinky, scratching his side with his foot. Grandma Turtle nodded. And today is the perfect day to try. There's a foam party at the pond this afternoon. There'll be music, fruit, and even a duckling parade.
Blinky wasn't sure.
But something inside him said yes. He spent the whole day thinking. He remembered how his mommy duck used to bathe him when he was little, blowing bubbles and singing soft songs. That evening, the pond was full of fun. Elephants sprayed water with their trunks, flamingos danced, and baby turtles giggled as they splashed. The air smelled like flowers and fresh fruit. Blinky walked slowly to the edge. "Blinky, you came!" shouted Ribbit from a lily pad. "You're just in time for the bubble crowns." A tiny zebra duckling pulled his wing. "Come on, we're making foam hats." Blinky stepped into the water. It tickled his feet. Then he took another step, and another, until, splash! He was laughing. Ribbit did a silly flip and splashed his beak. "That tickles!" Blinky giggled. "It's the magic of bath time!" Ribbit cheered, rubbing Blinky's back with a soft leaf. Ah! They played and sang for hours. Colorful parrots held a singing contest. A beaver made a floating bathtub just for fun. Blinky felt all the itchiness, tiredness, and worries wash away. When the sun began to set, painting the sky orange and purple, Blinky looked at his reflection. His feathers were fluffy again. His eyes sparkled. He felt happy and clean. Grandma Turtle came up beside him. "How do you feel, little one?" "Like brand new," said Blinky with a huge smile. "I'm a shiny, happy duckling." From that day on, bath time became Blinky's favorite part of the day. Not just because he felt good, but because it was a time to laugh, play, and feel loved. He even became the official foam party host, teaching the smallest ducklings how to care for their bodies with love. And every time he saw his reflection in the pond, he'd say with pride, "A clean duck is a happy duck, inside and out." And just like that, this well-washed story has come to a cozy end. Sweet.